Oreeo, 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 Oreeo. This world looks like a cookie. Hello, Professor Kirby, and welcome back to Kirby 64. In today's video, we're going through Rockstar. I like the world name. You have Popstar, and then you have Rockstar, and those are two different types of musicians. That's pretty cool. Like, I wanted to be a musician when I was a kid at one point. Like, you know how when you're a kid and you always like imagine like going through like every like you like go through phases, imagining different jobs you'll have as an adult. I think at one point I want a chocolate factory or something like that. You probably imagine what movie I was watching at the time, but one of them was that I wanted to try and learn music and things like that. But I had like the worst luck in the world when trying to learn music as a kid because I was homeschooled most of my life, but the times that I did go to public school, either the teacher was awful, or they wouldn't even let me in the class. So, when I was in high school, I'd only taken one music class at that point, at least if I remember correctly, but the thing was, that teacher wouldn't even let me in the class saying, oh, you're 14 years old at this point, you haven't had a music class in like 10 years or whatever. Actually, that's not possible because I only... whatever the timeline was. Basically, the teacher was saying that because I was only 14 at the time and I only had one music class my entire life, it was basically way too late for me to even get started. It was like, come on, I just want to learn music. Aren't teachers just the bestest thing in the world? Well, they can be, the teacher's actually good. But anyway, enough about all that stuff, because now we're going over this way. We're going to ignore you, we're going to ignore you, and we're going to go this way now. I also just realized that this building totally had a face on it. So around here is going to be our first crystal shard, if I remember correctly, which I always do because my memory is perfect. Yes, it is. It's right. Alright, so let's head over this way now. But going back to the music thing real quick, something kind of fun is that, like, I can't read music to save my life. Like, I've tried, and I would love to learn someday, but the thing with music is that when I'm trying to learn a song and things like that, I learn best from like patterns. So I can play things like I can play music like Phantom of the Opera and Pollyanna from Earthbound just fine, but I cannot read music to save my life. But anyway, we just completely destroyed that jerk. I believe it was called a catch or something like that, and I totally wasn't looking at Let's Play notes when I was reading that. Yeah, I get to edit out stuff because I sneezed. Alright, so the next crystal shard, actually the last one is going to be just a little bit further away, so never mind, I was reading my notes wrong. I mean, I don't have notes. I don't need notes. I have no need for notes in anything, not even in school. Actually, that's a big lie. Alright, so my note-taking thing is weird when it comes to school and things like that, because whenever I'm trying to remember something from class or something like that, what I'll usually do is that I'll write down exactly what the teacher said at that specific moment, but not like the actual lesson, but just something that happened during that point in time, because like I'll more easily remember it if I remember something that was happening around that time of period or something like that. So let's something that's mildly interesting. Do we need a copy ability for this next one? And those enemies also freaking suck. They look cute, but then they want to kill you. I don't like them. They're evil. And also you can't eat them. Okay, I want to be careful because I believe those enemies right there are called goblins or something like that. So that's a pretty interesting little thing to know about. We also have some Gordos over there. Am I missing... Yes, we did. We missed the last crystal shard. Alright, so that's going to lead to something that we'll be talking about with this Let's Play. So if I miss a crystal shard like that, we'll be getting them at the end of the episode. So we're going to move on to this word right now, and if you want to figure out where the last crystal shard is, then it's going to be in the end of the episode. Because the reason for that is because most of the time if I miss a reward, it's going to be because we didn't have the right copy ability. Like, I was looking over my notes right now, and it said that we needed a specific combo for that one to work, which we didn't have at that time, so it's going to take a moment for me to remember exactly where to get that combination. Also, we're dead. I died twice, and I still haven't been able to get one of those one-ups from that stupid mini-game. So this is going great! But as you all know, I am the king of Kirby 64! So, yeah, I may or may not have been watching a certain someone's Five Nights at Freddy's videos lately. Like, I don't watch the entire things, I like watching compilations and things like that, but this is one particular moment that's been on my mind all day. But anyway, now we can get over this way. And I want to be very careful with the crystal shards in this area because I don't exactly remember where all of them are located at. I totally not stopping my game real quick to look up at notes or anything like that. No, 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 no. I have no need for notes. I am perfect in every way, except I'm not. I don't have that big of an ego. What's the opposite of an ego? Like an ego? No, that's a waffle. Anyway. Yes, waffles are the opposite of an ego. Anyway, so the next crystal shard thing is going to be located over this way. When I say the next one, I mean the first one, because we haven't found the next one yet. There's going to be like a little maze-like area right here. So it's going to take a little bit for us to be able to get to the next one. But I don't think we need specific power-ups to be able to reach it. We just need to know our way around this labyrinth. That is not the way through the labyrinth. We literally just went in a big circle. I usually like circles, but not today. Circles are evil. So going through that area will cause some of these areas to crumble under your feet. Which can lead to here. Which will lead you towards the next crystal shard. That's going to be pretty interesting indeed. So, is there anything up here that we missed? Yes, there is one up. I want to get that one up because we are low on health, and I don't want to abuse restore points during this let's play. Owie, that landed on my face. Okay, that's one thing that I don't really particularly care that much for about 2D platformers in general, is that I really don't like it when they have enemies like that you can jump off a high platform, but then you die because you hit something that you couldn't have possibly seen coming. That is something that is not my favorite flavor of Cheerios. Come on, come on, come on. Ow! Poop. Yeah, I love this game and all, but that's gotta be like my biggest complaint with oh, we do get to keep the crystal shard. Okay, never mind. But part of my biggest complaint with this game is the fact that you can't infinitely jump like you can in other Kirby games. I don't know why they changed that, because the whole point of that system in the first place was to make it so that experienced players can play through the game like a traditional platformer, but beginners could play through the game flying over everything if the level's too hard for them. It's a really good system, and it works, but it's not really a thing in this game, and I don't know why. That is another thing I don't like. Adding on to a thing that I was complaining about a moment ago. Okay, I didn't really practice that much for this episode, but those of you who haven't seen the channel update or anything like that, I'm trying to experiment with focusing on one Let's Play at a time rather than two. And so rather than doing like a 2 videos this session, I'm trying to do 3. I'm not used to that yet, so yeah, I didn't practice as much as I should have for this particular episode in particular, but we should be okay. Don't worry about the future, it's alright. I don't know where the last crystal shard is. Do we get anything from eating this guy? Yes, we do. We get a spike. That's pretty cool. That also gives us a chance to demonstrate the spike combination thingy, except it didn't because it combined with the ceiling. It didn't combine with the bad guy. I suppose it makes sense. Alright, let's head over here. The spike is a weird ability because it like stops all your momentum and things like that. It's more fun to use when you're in the air and things like that, but like, no, I don't like it. do we get anything from that? No, we do not. I was thinking the last crystal shard would be in there, but then it wasn't, and now I'm sad. I'm a sad, sad burger. I'm a sad, sad cheeseburger. Because I don't have any pickles on me anymore. And I only want my pickles back. I just need my pickles soon. Because I miss pickles oh so bad. So, those of you who don't know, that's a reference to Steven Blaze, and I showed SHs are my nemesis. I showed that song to my sister. And, come on, press the B button! Why do I keep dying on this level? Back to what I was saying a moment ago. Yeah, I showed that song to my sister while she was pregnant with my baby niece and things like that, and like that song is like the unofficial bedtime story for my niece, and it's super adorable and things like that. But anyway, that's all I was trying to say. But now we get into, like, undeniably the coolest part of this level, where we get to control DDD. Kinda. So, something pretty interesting is that this game was originally going to have a more than one playable character. So you would have been able to control, like, King DDD in multiple levels and things like that. But in the end, only Kirby is playable, and characters like this only show up in, like, partner moments and things like that. So, it's a really interesting way to salvage an idea that, for whatever reason, didn't work out in the end. Now, the downside of this is that King Dedede can't float around like Kirby can, but he does have his hammer, and the hammer is always the answer. Stop. Hammer time. That song is stupid, I hate it. Something fun was that a few weeks ago, my friends and I were like at a party and things like that, and there was like a karaoke thingy, and we sang some pretty fun songs, but we also sang ones that were like intentionally kind of not that great. So one of the ones that we were singing was like Friday from Rebecca Black, where it's all like, it's Friday, gotta get down on Friday. And I unironically like that song because it's not that great, but it doesn't need to be. Like, it's really catchy and things like that, but it's also kind of dumb. I like that song. So, anyway, now that I've completely discredited my taste in music, now we can head over this way. I will say, King Dedede, kind of slow. That's like my big problem with how he controls in this game. So I don't think having him be first playable in a maze was that great of an idea. But, oh come on! Why am I so terrible at this stupid mini game? Oh, grumble, grumble, grumble. Anyway, now we'll be demonstrate. Oh, I forgot how that's how this controls. Okay, I was thinking this would be like a traditional menu system, but no, we move the crane around. I drew a heart. But now we're going to go back into this world so that we can get that last collectible thingy. Alright, I finally got the stupid thing. So, for this to work, you need the stone and spark ability. Another combination will work on that stupid wall. And I don't get it. It's like, other crystal shards that need copy ability have at least some kind of variety in what you can use on them, but no, this one is very specifically stone and spark. It's kind of dumb. And it's especially dumb because there is no stone ability in this area of the level. There's a spark ability, but there's no stone. So, yeah, not a big fan of that one. Let's see if we can do this. I was aiming for the 1-up, but I guess that will work too. I don't actually know what that does. But now taking care of all that, we're in this video off here. So thank you all so much for words. Thank you all so much for watching this episode of Kirby 64. In the next episode, we'll be continuing on through Rockstar. And next time, lead here to you. Oh yeah, this level still looks like a cookie. I want a cookie.